Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Excalibur Roundtable Tech Talk. I am Mike Fuson. We're continuing our dive into the world of asset management. We're talking somewhat about IT asset management, but later on we'll get into asset management in general, because generally the processes are going to extend beyond the walls of IT. One of the ideas behind effective asset management processes and tying them into your CMDB, tying them into your overall processes, is to have an idea of what your asset values are. So by being able to track how many pieces of equipment you have and having, say, a depreciation schedule that goes with those, you can track the value of your assets. You can track the value of your software assets as well from a licensing perspective. Marrying all this information up together starts to give you values on what are the total values of our used assets and what are the total values of our assets that are sitting idle, or costs of those assets that are sitting idle. What we find for a lot of customers as they dive into, say, software asset management, kind of, one of the bottom pillars of an overall IT asset management process, as they start to analyze their software usage, leveraging tools like Sharewell Asset Management being a tool that is very powerful in the software asset management space, they start to understand how the licenses are being used. And what we find for a number of customers is they find out, wow, we own 100 Adobe licenses, but 3 people are actually using the products. And we're paying for it to be installed on all these machines. And based on the data that we're getting, nobody's actually using the actual products. And so there's a cost that goes along with paying for that licensing that we're not getting our return on that investment. So how do we reconcile that? And so by leveraging asset management processes, you're going to be able to better understand where your spend is and what you're spending money on that maybe is going unused, your unused capacity. We start to be able to drive into elements of capacity management, but really we're talking about really the IT asset management, the asset management principles that give us some of our financials and help us to derive budgets and other things that we need from a asset management perspective. Stay with us as we continue to deep dive into the world of asset management and all of the parts and pieces that make it up.